What is up, crypto hackers? Welcome back to another episode of Hack Crypto, where we hack cryptocurrency and blockchain education. If you guys are brand new here, we talk about everything around NFTs, crypto, blockchain in general. There are a ton of blockchain projects out there, so what we're trying to do here is focus on education and simplification around the different tokenomics out there. So if that sounds good, slap that subscribe button, turn notifications on, and we do a monthly giveaway, so you have a chance to win an exclusive NFT. Now, on this episode, I'm going to be going over Insurace. Now, this is DeFi insurance, which I've never been happier to see an insurance company come in to a sector like crypto. There are constant rug pulls, there are crazy NFT scams taking place, and there are tons of BSC-focused tokens that are going out on a limb to literally scam people. So it is a wild, wild west situation right now. And having an insurance protocol coming into the space that's cross-chain, they're partnering with incredible different platforms like Solana coming soon. They're working already on the Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum, but very shortly they're going to be working with Avalanche and a handful of other platforms out there to really help ensure that people are safe and they're protected. Where effectively when a claim is made, if a scam has taken place and all of a sudden there's a rush of people to make claims because they were all involved in something that they got rug pulled on, all of a sudden it is presented to the community. Instead of like one person sitting at the top of a tower in an insurance company, this is presented to a community of people or experts that are the Insurace community, and they're able to determine, all right, this was a legitimate scam, this claim is valid. Now, this is like a DAO approach to insurance, which I think is such an exciting concept, bringing it to DeFi and cross-chain. Quick disclaimer, this Insurace video is a sponsored review, and this is part of my BSC series where I've been doing a deep dive on all of the best projects, in my opinion, that are developing on the Binance Smart Chain, because there's been a ton of DMs coming at me from all different directions about various different projects with questions and just trying to simplify it down to share it around with friends and whatnot. So this is part of the series, and I want to always disclose and do your own diligence. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research. And I will be leaving all the links to Insurace as well as some of the links that I'm going to be talking about in this video below in the description. Insurace is a decentralized insurance protocol. In a nutshell, DeFi insurance is the protection that protects the funds that are locked in the various different protocols out there. Protects against hacks and different bugs that can be found and exploited. There's been a lot of this over the past few months, specifically because DeFi is moving rapidly and a lot of companies are coming into the space. A lot more capital is being associated with these different protocols that are launching, and they're high risk right out of the gate. But you have companies like Hacken doing audits and things like that. So that is applying some third-party diligence on these different projects that are coming out. As more capital floods into the DeFi space and starts locking more of the funds into these protocols all over all the different blockchains, there needs to be a insurance group. Focusing on a cross-chain approach is key here, because you don't want to just focus on one when you have all these different projects launching and you have all these different communities that are in a way at risk of a bug or a hack at any time. The idea here is that it is empowering the risk protection infrastructure that is in the DeFi community, because there is a lot of activity taking place and it is very important to have some layer of insurance when you're locking $100 million into a brand new DeFi protocol and you're making that investment, obviously on your own diligence, but it's great to have a safety net here. And having a decentralized option like Insurace allows for multiple people from each of these communities to come in. So for example, if I put $100 million into a brand new DeFi protocol that I trust and I've done my own diligence, but something happens and there's a bunch of other people that have invested hundreds of millions of dollars into it, those people are also part of the community here at Insurace. And I think that that alone is a very powerful concept where everybody says, yeah, we did get scammed and we need to file a claim. Insurance works by spreading the risk across multiple different premium purchases and users that are mining. Now, these users are rewarded very generously for their underwriting that they participate in. So protocols are only listed after going through a crazy rigorous risk assessment. And this allows them to offer these pretty awesome premiums to users. So as I mentioned before, this is the first multi-chain insurance protocol, and they are launching on some incredible platforms in addition to Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. They have a list here, and they're launching on Solana, Hecko, Polygon, Phantom, and Avalanche and Elrod and more ecosystems. So it's really cool to be providing insurance to all these different blockchains. And it's kind of this mesh layer that goes over the top that's going to help all of these different communities through this kind of community-driven insurance claim approach. So everybody's participating in DeFi across all these different chains. And this is going to allow people to come together and say, hey, that was a rug pull, or that was a really bad bug that got exploited by a bunch of hackers. Are the first insurance protocol to offer services to IDOs, which is pretty wild to think about. And if you're not familiar with that, definitely do some more research on IDOs because they are going off like crazy. Very similar to how ICOs happened in 2017, but this is a little different nowadays. Have some incredible backers like Defiance Capital, Parfi Capital, Alameda Research, and you have Husky Group and Huobi, DeFi Labs, Hashed, Signum Capital, and a dozen of other top funds, which is super cool to see everybody rallying behind like getting insurance on all these funds. Because if we really want to have a lot of capital flowing into this space, we need to have some insurance plans set up for $100 million being locked into a brand new protocol. Obviously, they have their own processes for doing their diligence. But ultimately, the idea here is that this is going to extend to wallet insurance. It's going to go from market volatility, NFT insurance. As I mentioned in previous videos, audits are extremely important. And one thing that Insurace has done and gone out of their way to do, very specifically to be upfront and transparent, is they were audited by Slow Mist and PeckShield. I've seen these two companies around before, and they do pretty deep audits. So I will be linking to those as well, because I always like to see companies that do these audits up front. A couple of other ones are Hecken, and they do a pretty good job as well. The Insure token is on Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain, as I mentioned before. It's available on big exchanges like on Bitcoin.com, Huobi Global, and PancakeSwap, and obviously Uniswap. But it is awesome to see them starting with both of these chains. They created their own bridge, which I think is pretty fantastic and pretty rare in this space to be starting with that. One really interesting thing that popped out to me about Insurace was something that's coming soon that they've been developing, that is a B2B service. And they are approaching business insurance as well. So big companies that are coming into this space and putting, let's say, some funds into a DeFi protocol just to produce some cash flow, let's say, providing liquidity to a new protocol. And they want some insurance. They have nowhere to go right now. And this is going to be the first product that they're going to be able to get access to. That is really exciting to see that happening. And they are in the works of doing that as far as I can tell from my research. And ultimately what they're going to have is a one-click insurance that is going through their API for new protocols. So literally companies that are releasing or projects that are being released will be able to offer their insurance through their API. When there is a claim, there's a process that's going to take place where the user submits the claim with proof because it's on chain, everything is visible, submitting the proof, and then the community votes on this claim, which I think is a phenomenal way of being open out in the public with this decentralized insurance protocol approach. And after the community votes on it, they are going to get a recommendation from insurance experts. And it is a really interesting way of having like a security net after the community votes on something. So let's say there's a huge bug that's been exploited and a bunch of people lose $100 million. That goes to the community, it's voted on, and then from there, it goes to the desks of a bunch of different insurance experts. One final piece here is I always like to mention teams behind projects like this. Insurace has a pretty phenomenal team based in Singapore, America, Russia, and Asia. And I definitely don't like name dropping on the channel. So definitely check out the link in the description. You can check out all of their backgrounds and everything like that. But ultimately, what I really wanted to focus on was the fact that they have those two audits. They are the first cross-chain decentralized insurance protocol. That is a really cool approach to how this is going to be solved for funds that are being locked in DeFi. And that's pretty much it for my overview of Insurace. I'm super interested in this project mainly because it's the first and they're backed by some incredible backers with some heavy hitting partnerships. They're listed on all these big exchanges. So I'm really following this quite closely because I know a lot of people in insurance and I know a lot of people that are in DeFi. And there's never been a marriage between those two until now. So that is it for this episode. Slap a like if you like it. Be subscribed with notifications on for a chance to win the monthly giveaway. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Hack Crypto.